Welcome to Marketing Monday, and today's topic is going to be brand consistency. So, last week we talked about what branding was, and that branding is how you communicate your company's identity to your client. So, now we're going to talk about brand consistency, which is basically making sure that everything that you put out from your company is consistent across the board so that people will always recognize things related to your business as being related to your business. And an example of brand consistency, an extreme example of brand consistency, if you think of some of the big companies like McDonald's or Coca-Cola, and if you were presented with their imagery without their name being attached to it, you still recognize that as being their product. You still recognize that as being something that is put out from their company. And the reason why is because they are quite consistent in how they display things for their company. If you look at, some larger companies, and you should always think about your company in the same way as you do a larger company, you just scale down what you're doing to what is available with your resources, but you should still think about yourself in that same way. So larger companies tend to have branding sheets that when they associate with other companies, if they, like when I do balloon decor for corporate clients, a lot of times they will send you their branding sheet that has all of their fonts, all of their colors down to the Pantone number with their colors and all of their messaging. So all of that stuff is thought out. It's not just by happenstance. It's not just thrown out there. So you want to be that mindful as well when you are creating things for your business, whether it's your business cards or an email or a Facebook post or a Instagram post. You want to make sure that you are being consistent across the board, that you have a particular style that is unique to your business and your brand that people will recognize, and that is constantly reiterating in someone's brain that this is your brand, this is how this brand is displayed. So you become accustomed to it, so much so that if you see something that is misaligned with someone's brand, it sticks out. Sometimes that's how we figure out that an email is spam or something like that, because it doesn't, even though it may have a company's logo on it, it just doesn't quite fit. It's just something that's just not right, and it doesn't match your understanding of that brand. So the way that you get to that point that people understand your brand in that way is making sure that every single thing that you do is tied back to that brand, to that consistency. And sometimes even to the point that things may seem a little, silly, or you may think that people don't notice it, but it does make a difference. So when you are deciding, what colors to wear, what color are your uniform, that should all tie back into your overall brand. When you do backgrounds for posts, you want those backgrounds to be consistent so that people will understand your brand. When, because I have certain brand colors, you'll see those brand colors displayed in photographs. So when you see me do a photo shoot or imagery for my business, I'm going to be wearing certain colors that are aligned with my brand colors. Even if I'm not in head to toe in that color, it's going to be tied into what I'm wearing. It's going to be tied into, like I said, the imagery of any post or advertising. It's, something as simple as adding your logo to correspondence that you send out. But everything comes together and makes it cohesive. So people always know that's that brand and that's how that brand is represented. So, and it fits what your brand is. So don't feel like you have to emulate what someone else is doing. You want to do what fits your brand. So if your brand is trendy, then you want all of your stuff to be trendy. You may not want to use some, if you're using a template, you may not want to use a template that is more, stark and corporate because that doesn't fit your branding. Your branding is trendy. If your branding is a little more, homey, then you want everything to kind of fit that look and feel, and you want everything to come across having that same kind of feel. So again, you can always go to our resource center to get more information, but focus on, look back at your marketing materials, look back at all of the communications of your business that are being put out, and see if those things are consistent. If you lay them all out in front of you, are they fitting that same brand? A simple tip, look at your fonts. Make sure that you're not jumping from this font to that font to every font every time that you're doing a correspondence. Pick 2 or 3 font types. You may have a, script, like in the workflow logo, there's a script font, and then there's a more traditional font. You may have a script and a traditional. You may have, a third font for, text if it's not titles, but make sure that you are being consistent with that, because it does, in the mind of the client, it does create that consistency and create that understanding of, oh, this is that brand. And then sometimes I'll see something without seeing a logo, without even really paying attention to the colors, but just based on the font alone, I know that that's coming from X business. I've already made the association because they are being brand consistent. So check out our website, yourworkflow.com. The Resource Center has a wealth of information about different topics. If there's not a topic listed there that you're interested in, let us know. We will try to add something on that topic. I will see you tomorrow for Business Tip Tuesday, and have a great rest of your day.